How did Jelly lose 92% of his audience in only 2 years?
Based. Who's Jelly? I don't understand. He's still at 42 million or 45 million, so who cares?
Did the content become repetitive, boring, and unremarkable? Did he become too focused on unimportant things outside of YouTube? Or was his decline the direct result of Jelly's highly successful trio eventually coming to an end? We're going to provide a step...
Maybe people just get older and things change. Like, I don't know. Okay. Maybe that's it.
...by-step explanation for why Jelly's channel hasn't been doing so well.
What? He must have removed some videos.
Which is most easily understood if we discuss how he became successful in the first place.
Minecraft videos, right?
When Jelly created his first video on the 3rd of June 2014, he had already been making videos for around 3 years on 2 prior channels, and as a result he had already built up some fairly significant skills.
Wow, this is some really scary music.
For example, Jelly clearly understood the basics of branding with almost every thumbnail featuring a clear element of green, which also helped
Oh, I guess because green is very catchy to the eye. Okay.
Jelly to release his first line of merch only 3 months after beginning the
buff.
channel. However, the point at which things began to get serious was when Jelly became 1/3 of what came to be known as the Robust Trio.
The Jelly Tubbies. I don't know.
In the beginning of the group, the
Wiggle Bops, whatever they're called.
only 2 significant members were Jelly and Quebblecop, who had already created
A Quebblecop? What the fuck?
a couple of viral uploads.
It's me and Jelly, and we were playing on, like, this is crazy viral video. 14 million views.
Quebblecop then explained that he and Jelly realized that they could go viral by simply having a fun time together, which became significantly easier
I was thinking of doing that with my wife on Twitter, if you know what I'm saying.
after the two announced that they were moving into a house together.
Me and Jordy are checking out a place.
What a dumb idea. Just fundamentally. Like, for what reason? These guys, like, just started making content with each other, gonna move in together? Like, no separation? Like, that's difficult to do. You really shouldn't be doing stuff like that. And all jokes aside, it's hard. Like, my wife and I moving together, and it's been great, but there's times we get sick of each other. But that's just, like, normal every once in a while. But that's, like, a robust, like, relationship together. You guys are like, what, 20 years old here, maybe? We're gonna move in together, guys. I wonder what's gonna happen. It's gonna go downhill here.
This is the place where me and Jordy are hopefully gonna live.
And while Jelly and Quebblecop were already getting insane views as a duo, it will be after adding a 3rd member that things began to get crazy.
Oh, not Slugamatu.
Yeah. Slogo Man or Slogo appeared
I was kind of close.
on Jelly's channel for the first time in a video titled Sailing with Monster Trucks, and after this video received an above average view count, Slogo became
Above average? 1.3 billion is insane, bro. What are you talking about above average? You're so weird.
a regular part of the group. Since they played GTA 5 more than any other game, they'd collaborate and grow together in almost every single video.
With Josh there was
spanking with the car.
a much better chemistry. Jordy is always the one who's probably the best at the game. Josh is always the annoying one, and I'm always the one that rage quits. And I feel like that's a good chemistry. It works very well.
Which resulted
Sounds like you're coping hard as fuck.
in Jelly reaching 1 million subscribers only 12 months after creating his channel.
Yes! I saw it! I saw it, baby!
Meanwhile, Jelly, Quebblecop, and Slogo were becoming closer and closer friends every single day.
And in the meantime, just having
Oh, probably because they're doing stuff every day.
banter, just roasting each other, and we were very close friends. Like, we spoke to each other every day, you know, we were there for each other every day. We knew everything about each other. It was just so much flippin' fun.
With the fun nature of the
Flippin' fun. Flipping those Mentos.
content helping them to innovate into making real-life videos.
We can do videos together in real life, and people like that even more. This one has 23.5 million views.
As mentioned by Quebblecop, some of
It sounds like we're setting ourselves up for way too much focus on views. Like, I get it. Like, it's good to get views. But then, like, once things start to get a little rough, if you focus too much on getting views instead of overall, like, long-term success, and that's really just being consistently financially stable as a content creator, that's difficult. The second your views start to go down a little bit, even if they're still making you tons of money, boom, you start having a bad relationship with your content. Like, people have to get out of that view mindset, honestly, and get more into, like, that success mindset.
their real-life videos performed unbelievably well, such as this simple 5-minute Q&A on Slogo's channel, which to this day has received over 17 million views.
Wow, slightly above average views.
Over on Jelly's channel, almost every vlog he'd post was equally popular, and as a result, Jelly passed 5 million subscribers only a year after hitting 1 million. By 2019, Jelly was gaining well over 200 million views every single month. helping him to receive his Diamond Play button and purchase a $6.5 million property in Monaco. However, while it was clear that
Like that shit fucking blows my mind, dude. Like when we make it, guys, I'm not gonna buy an expensive house. I'm gonna buy an expensive firearm to protect my house. But like, I'm not gonna buy like an expensive house. Like if I make like, let's say I start making like $1 million a year, I'm gonna buy like a nice $400,000 or $500,000 house. You know what I mean? And I'm just gonna. I live below my means. You need to live below your means. Like with this whole channel like restart thing, which is going well. It's consistently building. I took like a pay cut basically, but like because I live drastically below my means, like I don't have a problem. Like I'm set. I can take like a hit like, for like a while, and it doesn't matter. It's like people don't do that. You don't need to give your like put yourself in that situation of buying like millions and millions of dollars worth of stuff just because you get money. You know, save it. You know, donate it to charity. Do something like that, dude. Buy a trillion Mr. Beast burgers. I don't know. Don't buy the chocolate though. Apparently it's not good.
Jelly was in a better spot than ever, 2019 would also mark the point at which the Robust trio began to fall apart.
Oh no.
While Jelly and Slogo continued
One of them started liking each other more.
to collaborate on numerous different gaming videos, Kwebbelkop instead began to focus on reaction content and therefore began to appear in fewer and fewer of Jelly's videos.
Oh no, not Kwebbelkop.
The Robust trio was designed
Damn, aren't these reaction guys like the worst? Like Jesus, you're gonna ruin your. You're pathetic. I hate react YouTubers. They're the worst, dude.
solving in front of everybody's eyes, but it didn't actually have all that much of an impact on Jelly's views, which if anything only continued to grow after Kwebbelkop left. By taking
Kwebbelkop, blah, 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 blah.
a quick look over Jelly's content at the time, we can see that he's
Yeah, I would want to live in a better school system for my kids, but guess what? You don't have to move to a $6 million house for that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do that. Okay? I live in a good area for, like, school for my kids. All right? So.
still had an abundance of different games to play. He was constantly innovating with new ideas.
Plus, I don't know if I want to send my kids to private school. I just feel like that's going to be such a snooty thing. I need my kids to get their ass kicked. You know, not like really ass kicked, but you know what I mean. Like,
Titles and thumbnails. Plus, in January 2020, Robust became a trio once again after Kwebbelkop was replaced by a YouTuber named Craner, who had the most subscribed channel in all of Denmark.
What?
3 months after Craner joined, Jelly was able to achieve his highest monthly view count ever.
yeah, that's actually a really good thing. They had to get that guy that has the highest view count in Denmark because they really needed to appeal to their white audience, guys. That's what they needed. That's a priority.
511 million.
I'm never getting a Lamborghini. The most expensive car that I'll probably ever get if I get the money for it is going to be like a fucking like one of the new electric Hellcats or something once they come out from a Challenger, because that's it. That's all I want. That's it. I'm going to drive around with this hat on. I'm going to get out of the car and say, hey, ladies, I'm taken. I'm going to wear a suit with this hat on. It's going to be my aesthetic.
In May 2020. However, you don't have to be an expert in data analytics to see that after May 2020, something began to go horribly wrong.
Hold on, let's see.
Analytics to see that after
So
May
we went from 500 million
2020, something
to only 50 million or something. Oh man, life. I guess it looks like he deleted videos, but okay.
began to go horribly wrong. Now, we should begin by stating that there was unavoidably going to be some kind of decline from his 500 million view high point, as almost every gaming YouTuber was going through this same early 2020 viewership surge as a direct result of the pandemic.
Oh shit, I always forget about that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There's like probably like a third of the viewership online. Like,
So
yeah,
if we
of course.
ignore these views which had come about from people simply being at home, the real decline of Jelly began in early 2021.
No, I disagree. The idea that it only lasted a year. So once people were able to go back to work, check this out. People didn't go back to work. I just want you to know that I was always working through the pandemic because I had like a job that was actually important. Okay, fuck you. No, I was like, you know, bus cleaner, blah blah blah. I had to disinfect the bus every day. But it was slow. People started going back to work, but they still extended unemployment until, oh my god, end of 2021. I don't even remember. Yeah, September 2021 is when they like ended it. So it's not until here. So people were steadily going back to work throughout this like entire period of 2021. September 5th, 2021 is when they actually like finally got rid of the whole thing. They gave you like an extra $600 or $800 a week in unemployment. I don't know if you guys remember that. It's something to keep in mind. The problem is, and this is probably a problem for a lot of these content creators, is that they hit their peak, and this happened to everybody. I have friends from TikTok who've like fallen off like pretty drastically to the point like they can't make a job out of it. I obviously am not nearly as like view wise big as I was like during when I was on TikTok. But like if they take it personally, they're like, oh my god, why did I go from getting this many views to like drastically lower? It's because there's just less people watching. There's less people engaging in content. Or there might be the same number, but they're engaging in it in like a third or a fourth of that they used to. They used to be on the phone all day at home. That's it. Now they're going back to school. They're going back to work. They're on there less. And if you take it personally, like, oh, fuck, I'm falling off, then all of a sudden, not like, let's say it ends around like September, probably December. There's still people that may not go back to work for a while. But if you take it personally and you let it impact your mental health, you start to spiral and you're like, fuck, I'm making mistakes. Then you start doing shit that's like not good. So
to cut Jelly some further slack, we should also highlight that Minecraft, Among Us, and GTA 5, the three main games that he was making videos on at the time of his decline, were well past their peak in popularity on YouTube, and therefore you could definitely make the argument that the first reason for Jelly's viewership decline was that people were simply getting bored of watching these games, which is a
again, the decline of those games were also because of the pandemic. Coming back, people didn't really play it. Like, well, you can't really play a Team Among Us game when your friends are back to work.
Problem still faced by the gaming genre today. There haven't been any hugely popular game releases after Among Us in February 2021, which was basically the same month where Jelly's views began to decline. Therefore, the most popular games that Jelly can play are Roblox, Among Us, Minecraft, and GTA 5, all of which are years beyond their peak in popularity. Jelly has clearly noticed this problem himself, judging from one of his tweets reading, "Can GTA 6 just be released already?"
Yeah, I doubt that he just wanted it to be released. When did you get this?
With a possible motive for this being that Jelly is tired of playing the same old games on his channel. This might also provide
well, that's the problem with like audience capture. At that point, he should have just decided that he was going to do whatever the fuck he wanted. Like, you know what, I'm going to play a game that people may not love and just play something that he would enjoy instead of playing something that like got him the most views. Because like, let's say you get like 10,000 views or people watching per stream when you're playing like the top video game, Among Us. You're playing Among Us, right? And then that starts to fall off. It goes into 9, 8, 7. All of a sudden it's down to 5. And you're like, you know what? Like, I don't like playing this game. I'm going to play a game I want to play. I'm going to go play like fucking God of War. All of a sudden your 5 goes down to 3, but you're enjoying your time. And so now all of a sudden you're enjoying yourself and people are like, wow, like less people might be watching, but you're still making money. And now people are looking at your content like, wow, you're enjoying yourself. I like it when you enjoy yourself. People will pick up on your attitude, especially when you're doing shit like this, which is probably like somewhat performative. Like, wow, like this is the energy he's probably coming into his live streams with. You know, you gotta keep the mental health aspect of the game as part of your content, even if you don't make as much money, because you can make more, you can make money consistently. It's one of those things that people have to do. You have to really balance your mental health. Like, you know, it's just something that you have to do.
An explanation for why Jelly's content has become a lot more repetitive and far less innovative. Back when his views were exploding in 2019, Jelly was pushing the absolute limits in terms of ideas, thumbnails, and titles, which, as mentioned previously, was aided by the abundance of different popular games. These days, however, it feels as though Jelly isn't pushing these boundaries in the same kind of way. The ideas, thumbnails, and titles feel almost identical to where they were 3 years ago.
I will say the one on the right, which is the older one, looks like abysmal dog shit. So no offense, I'm sorry, but it's interesting. It's not that bad, I'm sorry.
But they're now being applied to less popular games. Then there's the problem of the content itself, which in all honesty just doesn't feel like there's that much effort going into it.
Sure, the convention, that's cool.
Editing on each video is fantastic, but they give off the vibe that Jelly's just played some random game for 30 minutes, sent the footage off to his editor, and taken the rest of the day off.
Hey, listen, if you only had to work 30 minutes a day and you make that bank, good for you, brother.
Now, I'm sure that this certainly isn't the case, but for some inexplicable reason, Jelly gives off the vibe that he isn't as committed to the content as he used to be, which is an absolute necessity for the growth of a channel.
Sure, he's probably lost his passion for playing games for 12 fucking hours a day or however long, you know?
It's no coincidence.
Papa, would you be satisfied as a content creator with 10 million subs? I would be satisfied with like 100,000 subs. Like if I had 100,000 subs and I was keeping like proportionate views, I'd be very successful and I'd be pretty content for, you know, like I think
that a creator like Mr. Beast is constantly going out of his way to reiterate that he wants to be doing YouTube for at least another decade. He's signaling to the audience that he's in it for the long run, and he knows that as soon as you stop committing to your YouTube channel, the audience will as well.
Yeah, Mr. Beast also has an incredible amount of passion for his content.
Meanwhile, Jelly does the opposite to this by stating that he sees his own channel as being dead.
I'm not on this list. Where on this list do do I belong? I'd consider myself pretty dead. Hey, I'd consider myself to be in the dead category as well, all right?
Watch Mojo. Oh no.
I'll chill with you.
I've been seeing Vsauce on TikTok pretty big.
There.
And to make things even harder for himself, Jelly makes it very obvious that he's distracted by unnecessary things from outside of his channel. Now, we're going to make
like
a point
nuts?
that's somewhat similar to the one made in the Kwebbelkop video, being the foolishness behind sharing a luxury lifestyle to social media, although we're going to approach it from
Why does that guy look like the next fucking Manosphere guy? Like,
from a
holy shit.
slightly different angle, because if anything, it's worse in the case of Jelly, as he's so obviously distracted by ego-related purchases. In early 2021, during the same time period where his views began to decline
Check this
rapidly, Jelly announced that he'd purchased a $10 million boat.
Wow, what an idiot.
At the start of this summer, I actually
It actually cost $10 million.
ended up buying myself a nice boat.
In the very same video,
This is why people get fucked, bro.
Jelly explains that he's also purchased a green Lamborghini Huracan
I also bought a Lamborghini.
to go with his already existing Lamborghini Urus. And in September
what
2022,
the hell?
Jelly posts another video explaining that he's bought an abandoned mansion, which looked as though it needed a
It looks like he's almost trying to buy things for content and hoping it pays it off, and he probably even like mentally goes like, oh well, I could buy this house and I can make content, I get like 1 million views, but I don't think 1 million views is turning into $10 million. Am I wrong about? Maybe it is, actually. I guess I don't really know. Probably is. Maybe he is justifying it. I don't know.
fair bit of work and a lot of time away.
Is that, yeah, that would, maybe it would make him, would it? Yeah, no. What? I'm an idiot. 1 million views wouldn't give you $10 million. That's insane. I'm a fucking moron. Holy shit. Bro, I'm so burnt out. I'm so sorry.
From being committed to YouTube.
It's a bit of a mess. I didn't make the mess, okay? I just bought it like this.
I made a mess in my pants.
So why is this a problem?
I see so many business people get burned, and what they do is they start making some money, and then their lifestyle just creeps and it grows into this massive hungry beast that then consumes them. And what you've got to be very careful with is you can't let the byproducts of your thing distract you from your thing.
True.
This is a principle that someone like Mr. Beast understands perfectly. He's always voicing his disdain for luxury and anything that removes the focus from the growth of his channel. On the other end of the spectrum, you have someone like Jelly, who seems to be searching for distractions, and it's clearly having an impact on his ability to produce top quality content. For example, in July 2022, Jelly uploaded a video titled "This Isn't Working Out," in which
Forgot to increase the speed.
he explained that after many years, he was no longer able to produce 2 videos per day, and was instead going to start releasing just one.
Starting now, I am gonna quit posting 2 videos a day.
This was just a
This is one of those things that, yeah, $10 a view, that's fucking nuts. Sorry. This is one of the things that always gets me is like, and this is one of those things I understand is like so terminally online. I should speak slower. Is you went from going from 2 videos a day to 1, and you felt the need to publicly announce it in a video. Why? You know, like, it's one thing to do it on a live stream because like it's more casual. You're like, I'm announcing every fucking move that I make. Like, why? Just release one from now on. Like, why do you have to? It's just weird.
justified by Jelly stating that the quality of each video should increase.
Lowering the quantity should up the quality. At least that's my goal. If I can spend more time on a video, that video will turn out better.
Although the quality didn't actually change much after posting this, meaning that Jelly was simply uploading half as often as before, with minimal change to the substance of the videos. Then there was the collapse of the robust trio, but for the second time. We mentioned earlier that Kwebbelkop, who had close to 15 million subscribers, left the trio in 2019, but was instead replaced by Denmark's most subscribed YouTuber called Craner. Well, Craner continued to play with Jelly and Slogo for roughly 2 years. However, like Kwebbelkop, he also began to appear in fewer and fewer videos. In May of 2022, fans noticed that Jelly and Slogo had removed any mention of Craner in their video descriptions,
Oh no, what do you do to kids?
leading everybody to believe that Craner had been kicked from the trio. Well, 4 months later, Craner would take to his YouTube community tab to make the following announcement. Too many theories out there about why I'm not recording with the guys anymore, and I thought although I always like to keep private, why not just address it so people don't get the wrong idea? Jelly and Josh are great people and I wish them the best. Last year and also somewhat into 2022 was the toughest time I've gone through. I lost my dad, came out of a long
Damn.
relationship with my ex-wife around the
Damn, how old is this guy?
same time too. As most of you know, this resulted in me not recording for weeks or a month at a time. The guys were very understanding and sweet. However, no drama happened. I didn't use them to garner attention then leave. And for people saying I just use them for views, wouldn't it make a lot more sense to stay recording with 2 of the biggest creators on the platform? I think so.
Well, you know, good for them for not outing that, by the way. And they just like kept that completely quiet because like they're just like, we're just not gonna they just decided to stop interacting with the guy. Well, not interacting, but they're like, okay, he's not going to do anything with us anymore. We're just going to not even acknowledge his existence because it's a very private matter. Because people online sometimes will take that and be like, guys, he's not working with us because his fucking dad died and his ex-wife and LOL, like send him support. And it's really just reviews, you know?
I wanted to change and I wanted to do my own thing for once. This post not only confirmed the end of the trio, which had made Jelly so successful in the first place, but it also felt like the death of innovation and authenticity on Jelly's channel. The Robust Trio represented a time when Jelly seemed passionate about making videos, as is highlighted in old comments such as, I enjoyed it more when they were actually having fun instead of just acting for family friendly. However, while this comment represents the tragic decline of a much loved content creator, it simultaneously shows just how much of an impact these three legends had on the content creation sphere and the lives of millions.
Okay. All right, well, just so you guys know, my hands smell a little dirty. Okay, that was a video. It was interesting. Good video. Good luck. Gotta love it.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.